Hello everyone, I'm Sakshi Goyal and I'm going to take your webinar on roadmap for web development. We'll just start in like 1 minute. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be a very interesting session. आप सबको बहुत सारी चीज़ें पता चलेंगे like how to get started on web development, which courses you have to do, what are the demands for web developers like full stack web developers in market. सब कुछ आप लोग को आज इस सेशन में पता चलेगा. So let's get started. So, a quick introduction about myself. I'm Sakshi Goel. I'm a web developer at CypherDukes. So, I'll tell more about CypherDukes in the next slide. These are some links. This is like my LinkedIn ID and my Instagram. You can reach out to me at my LinkedIn or Instagram. Like, I would love to connect with you all on LinkedIn. So, next, I will tell you about CypherDukes. So, what CypherDukes is? It's an online platform where we endeavor to provide everything, provide you courses like we conduct workshops and all on technologies like web development and all the programming languages. We conduct workshops and also we conduct events and all. So this is our website, cypherdukes.in. Just search cypherdukes and like you will get a website. Go through our website. You can also reach out to us on email, or this is the phone number. You can, if in case of any query like you, I would suggest you please reach out to us because uh, our web development workshops, they are very basic, they are very beneficial. We conduct all of them. Okay, so let's get to now the actual things, roadmap for web development. So first, I would like to tell you about what is full stack web development. फुल स्टैक वेब डेवलपमेंट आप सबने सुना तो होगा बट लाइक एक्चुअल मीनिंग शायद पता ना हो. सो आई विल टेल यू नाउ. Full stack web developers are experts in both front end and back end. So the full stack of technology that makes up a website. Like जब आप कोई वेबसाइट देखते हो तो उसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें हो रही होती हैं. कुछ फ्रंट एंड हो रहा होता है जिससे आप इंटरैक्ट करते हो. बैक एंड, फ्रंट एंड बैक एंड के बारे में डिटेल में अभी जानेंगे. अभी इतना समझ लो, कोई भी वेबसाइट है, लेट्स टेक गीक्स फॉर गीक्स. सो उसमें आप लोग जो ऊपर से देखते हो लाइक जो भी यूआई है, द यूजर इंटरफेस एंड ऑल, एंड जो भी बैक एंड में चल रहा है लाइक ऑल द डेटाबेस, बिजनेस लॉजिक एंड ऑल. A full stack web developer knows all of this. He or she is an expert in all of that. Like उसको आप लोग मान सकते हो he or she is a machine. like पूरा अपने आप में एक वो पैकेज है, सब कुछ आता है उसको. एंड उनकी काफ़ी डिमांड होती है. दे आर प्रोफिशिएंट इन बोथ front end and back end languages and frameworks as well as in server, network and hosting environments. like जो भी नेटवर्किंग रिलेटेड प्रोटोकॉल्स होते हैं, लाइक ही और शी नोज ऑल ऑफ दैट. एंड वो एक अपनी पूरी वेबसाइट खुद से खड़ी कर सकता है. सो इजंट इट अमेजिंग. लाइक आप लोग अपना कुछ भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हो एंड यू डोंट नीड एनीवन टू मेक योर वेबसाइट. यू कैन डू इट बाय योरसेल्फ. सो बनना कैसे है? सो फर्स्ट यू नीड टू नो फ्रंट एंड वेब डेवलपमेंट. फ्रंट एंड बेसिकली क्या है? इट्स द विजिबल पार्ट ऑफ वेबसाइट. जो भी आप देखते हो किसी वेबसाइट पे, कहीं पे कोई बटन दिख रहा है, लाइक एनीथिंग, द nav bar, the footer, the visual elements you see in a website is known as the front end of the website. And the front end is built using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So what is HTML? HTML is basically hypertext markup language. It's the basic structure of a website. ऐसे मान लो कि you are building a house, like building a website, compare that to building a house. So सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं? You build the bricks, you create a structure for that. So using HTML you do that. एकदम basic layout, basic structure that you can create using HTML. Like this is must, this is the first step, and this is damn easy. बहुत easy होता है. You can learn this in like one day or 2 day. Okay. So moving next, CSS. CSS stands for cascading style sheets. cascading style sheets में क्या है? स्टाइलिंग से समझ में आ रहा है यहाँ पे. इट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ऑल द स्टाइलिंग दैट वी डू ऑन अ वेबसाइट. जैसे दैट वी वर डूइंग द हाउस एनालॉगी. अगर हमारा ब्रिक्स लगाने का काम HTML करता है, देन CSS डज द लाइक पेंटिंग एंड ऑल. सब काम CSS से होगा. एंड देन CSS भी like HTML भी से it's very easy. So next is JavaScript. So यहाँ पे थोड़ा like we come to programming. These are what? These are scripting languages. They don't involve much of logic. They, you know the syntax. You can work out things. You don't need to know programming beforehand, programming logics like variables, loops, and all. But now we come to JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language that is used to add interactivity to your website. कैसी interactivity? जैसे हम क्या करते हैं, किसी बटन पे लाइक वी क्लिक, देन कुछ हैपन होता है, कोई पॉपअप आता है, और वी डू समथिंग एंड देन कुछ और हैपन होता है. सो ऑल दिस इंटरएक्टिविटी इज rendered using JavaScript. So these are the must know technologies. ये these are the basic building blocks. ये तो आना ही आना चाहिए. And these are very interesting also. So you can check out these websites for learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So first is W3 Schools. W3 Schools is the like best website for learning these front end technologies. HTML, CSS, JavaScript. They are very good. Online code editor is also there, and like go step by step. There is a step by step tutorial in that. Next is MDN Web Docs. MDN is Mozilla Developer Network. So these are some documentations by MDN. This is the website. You can refer here, developer.mozilla.org. So they also have very good documentation that clear the concepts very nicely, and you can refer here. Next is freecodecamp.org. Freecodecamp is a website. They also have a YouTube tutorials, so you can check out there. Freecodecamp has some free courses, very awesome free courses. And next is Coursera. This course from Coursera, learn HTML, CSS for web developers. This is the like basic course. You can do this. The upper three courses like websites are free. Coursera might cost a few bucks, but no problem. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, these comprise the front end development. Like अब आप सोच रहे होंगे is my front end part complete after HTML, CSS, JavaScript? अभी मैंने HTML कर लिया, CSS कर लिया, JavaScript कर लिया, so अभी मैं फ्रंट एंड में और कुछ तो नहीं पढ़ना पड़ेगा. So what's the answer? Yes and no. So let's find out. So there are some frameworks. So what is a framework? A web development framework is nothing but a collection of solutions and tools required by software developers to create, customize and maintain web applications. Like आसान भाषा में कहें तो every website has some basic elements that are repeated. हर वेबसाइट में navbar होता ही होता है, footer होता ही होता है. Also some functionalities, some things which are needed for every website, वो सब frameworks हमको provide कराते हैं, that so that we can improve the performance first, and next we can get some pre-coded snippets. Like हम लोग को कुछ code snippets मिल जाएंगे, we can use that copy paste directly from the from the framework. So this reduces the time required for programming, पहली चीज. So फ्रंट एंड आपका बहुत जल्दी हो जाएगा by using these frameworks. Frameworks are very important. Like once HTML CSS JavaScript से भी आपका एक फ्रंट एंड वेबसाइट बहुत अच्छी बन सकती है, बट इट विल नीड सम मोर टाइम. आप लोग को टाइम ज़्यादा लगेगा. एंड सेकेंड थिंग, frameworks are required to make the website responsive. What is a responsive website? Like when you open the website on mobile, then it's of a different view. When you open it on laptop, then the view is different, like slightly change. And on a tab view, it's slightly change. So frameworks handle all that. You don't have to handle like कि मेरी वेबसाइट पीसी व्यू में तो अच्छी दिख रही है, बट मोबाइल में इट इज नॉट लुकिंग दैट एफिशिएंट और दैट गुड. सो आप लोग को कोड करने में और ज़्यादा टाइम देना पड़ेगा, बट यूजिंग फ्रेमवर्क्स you can do that very easily and very fast. So next, which frameworks should I learn? Frameworks बहुत सारे हैं. You can explore all of them, like front end frameworks you can search. बहुत सारे frameworks आएंगे, but I will tell you the most popular, most used frameworks in 2020 जो अभी और आगे सबसे ज़्यादा पॉपुलर रहते हैं, जिन्हें मोस्ट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री रिलेटेड वर्क जिसमें होता है. सो मोस्ट पॉपुलर फ्रेमवर्क्स, फ्रंट एंड फ्रेमवर्क्स इन 2020. So first is Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is the most popular front end framework in recent time. Bootstrap क्या है? It's a CSS framework. हम CSS में जो implement करते हैं, we can optimize, we can make it efficient using Bootstrap. We can make the website responsive. Like it responsive means वो मोबाइल व्यू और टैब व्यू सब में यूजर को इस तरह से दिखे दैट उसमें उनको नेविगेट करने में प्रॉब्लम ना हो. सो दैट इज टेकन केयर ऑफ बाय बूटस्ट्रैप. सो और ये भी बहुत इजी होता है. लाइक वंस यू हैव लर्न CSS एंड जावास्क्रिप्ट, सो यू कैन learn bootstrap very easily and it's very interesting. You will see कितनी जल्दी काम हो रहा है बूटस्ट्रैप से, एंड यू कैन क्रिएट ब्यूटीफुल UI components using bootstrap. So next is jQuery. jQuery is a JavaScript library. So library and frameworks में slight difference होता है, but वो अभी बाद में डिस्कस करते हैं. Bootstrap was a CSS framework. jQuery is a JavaScript library. So jQuery is also serves the purpose of simplifying JavaScript programming. JavaScript programming हम लोग करते हैं, उसको simplified way में करने के लिए we can use jQuery. jQuery has also some pre-coded snippets, like we can implement many things in jQuery very easily. We can implement sidebar and all. On jQuery is easy to learn like Bootstrap. Next is React. So React.js now comes, like React.js is an open source front-end JavaScript library for building user interfaces or UI components. So there are this is JavaScript libraries which are popular, but nowadays React is more in use. They are Angular and Vue. So if you like to go through Angular and Vue, you can learn that. I would personally recommend React because React is firstly it's based on JavaScript. So JavaScript आप already पढ़ चुके हो, so you can easily switch to React. Next, it is used for using reusable components. Like आप लोग reusable का मतलब ऐसे समझो, अगर आपने एक component बना लिया, एक anything like a navbar component, आपको उसका वो आपका एक component reusable बन गया, you can use it again and again. And React is also used to build single page applications. Single page applications are very fast. So and some websites that are made in React are Instagram and all, Netflix. So big companies use React for their front end framework. So if you learn, then it's very useful for you. So we go next to projects. Projects are very important. Like when till the time you don't apply what you learn, you will forget what you learn. भूल जाओगे आप, नहीं याद दिया था. एंड द प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स विल नॉट कम. कहीं पे कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, वो तभी आएगी जब आप लोग कुछ बनाओगे, when you do a project. So and that project you can mention in your CV or resume, so that जब आप किसी को कहो, when you apply for a developer job, वो पूछेगा आपने किया क्या है, कहेगा तुम, आप कहोगे आई नो ऑल दिस एंड ऑल दिस, बट हाउ कैन ही बिलीव यू. So he will believe you by these projects. Like these are some basic projects I've listed. There are endless possibilities. You can clone any website, you can make a, these are the basic projects which will give you a hands-on experience on the front-end technologies I've discussed till now. First is portfolio website. Make a portfolio website of you. Portfolio website like अपना अपनी एक अच्छी सी वेबसाइट जिसमें आपकी स्किल्स, आपके प्रोजेक्ट्स, आपका एजुकेशन क्या किए एंड ऑल सब लिस्टेड हो. लाइक ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन एनीबडी, any recruiter wants to see about you, you can showcase it in your profile portfolio website, and then just provide the link of your portfolio website uh, to the people. So next is to do list. To do list you can make landing page of a website, any very styled landing page. This will give you a very good exercise on Bootstrap. Blog website, you can create a blog website in React and a weather app in React, so that uh, you can you can get to know how to use React. Like React में बहुत सारे concepts होते हैं. So in depth knowledge of these of those topics you can get by building these projects. Also you can build any project that you have thought of. Like आपने सोचा हो कि मुझे ये बनाना था, ये website. So go ahead, learn front end and then build that. सो नेक्स्ट इज मैंने दो चीज के बारे में बात करी थी फुल स्टैक में, फ्रंट एंड डेवलपमेंट एंड बैक एंड डेवलपमेंट. फ्रंट एंड आई हैव कवर्ड. फ्रंट एंड में द टूल्स एंड टेक्नोलॉजीज, द फ्रेमवर्क्स एंड द प्रोजेक्ट्स. अब बात आती है लाइक वी कम ऑन बैक एंड डेवलपमेंट. बैक एंड is a bit tougher than front end development. So it back end is अगर हम एक और टर्म इसको दें, front end is client side development and back end is server side development. Whatever is related to the client, we develop that in front end development. And the server side development of a web application with like how the website works, what will be the business logic, what how we will store the information of our users, how and all that comes in back end development. पूरा बेस स्ट्रक्चर बनाना वेबसाइट का, बैक स्ट्रक्चर वो आएगा बैक एंड डेवलपमेंट में. So here comes the programming part. The programming part, information delivery is supported behind the scenes by a backend. Like जो भी information front end पे deliver हो रही है, for that you need a backend. Dynamic websites always need a backend, which is typically implemented these days using technologies like PHP, Java, ASP.NET, Ruby, Python और Node.js. Like front end also, front end में भी कितने सारे frameworks थे. I've told you the most popular. In backend also you have many technologies. You have PHP, you have Java, Python, Ruby, ASP.NET, Node.js. I will tell you the most popular and most used टेक्नोलॉजी, सो दैट आप लोग जिसकी पॉपुलर हम लोग देखेंगे लाइक विच हैज द लार्जेस्ट कम्युनिटी विच आर यूज मोस्ट बाय द स्टार्टअप्स एंड ऑल. सो अगर बैकएंड को एकदम बेसिक लेमैन लैंग्वेज में डिफाइन करना हो, इट्स द कोड दैट कनेक्ट्स द वेब टू अ डेटाबेस, manages user connections and powers the web application itself. Like user connections सब कुछ database मतलब you can store the information related to your users. जो भी ये सब like take the example of geeks or for geeks, you can log in that website, you can sign up, sign out. So when you log in, the all your information is stored in a database. So creating that database and managing all that comes in the backend. So for backend, the most used technologies is first is Node.js. So Node.js is a cross-platform runtime environment for executing JavaScript code. Node.js basically is JavaScript on server side. सर्वर साइड पे हम लोग जावास्क्रिप्ट कैसे लिखेंगे? वी डू इट विद द हेल्प ऑफ Node.js. Why is it more easy to learn? You have already learned JavaScript. So when you come to Node.js, you will not find it an entirely different thing. You can easily learn Node.js, and this will help you in learning more like fast. So Node.js हो गया. Node.js. Next is Express. Express is a framework of Node.js. Node.js का ही framework है Express. अब फ्रेमवर्क मैंने बताया था क्या करते हैं. It provides the basic functionality of every of a web app which is required in almost every apps. So Express also does the same. जो भी बेसिक फंक्शनैलिटी बेसिक सेटअप होता है, we can do it very easily in Express, and so it's very popular. Rapid development, it facilitates the rapid development of node based web applications. So Express you can learn after learning Node.js. So these were the backend technologies. We backend server side logic we write in Node.js and Express. So now coming to database, we need a database to store our information of our users. So there are many databases available. The one in trend right now is MongoDB. MongoDB is a document oriented database. It's also NoSQL that provides high performance, high availability, and easy scalability. Like in MongoDB, if you know SQL, SQL and NoSQL databases, in SQL your information is stored in a form of tables, but in MongoDB it is stored in the form of objects, and thus it provides more flexibility. MongoDB. So these are the backend technologies: Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. And we know about React. So all these four technologies make a stack known as the MERN stack. MERN stack stands for M for MongoDB, E for Express, R for React, and N for Node.js. If you know all these four technologies, then you become a MERN stack developer, and in short a full stack MERN developer. So ये चारों technologies सीखने पे you master the MERN stack, which is very popular nowadays. So the best courses or the best resources are, these are some three courses, or they are not free but you can check them out. First is Coursera, full stack web development with React. It starts from the basic, like basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript you have to do, and then everything you can do from here, Bootstrap, React, and all backend. And all these, and this Coursera course and Udemy course, they focus on the MERN stack only. So you can get the experience of MERN stack from these two courses: the complete React full stack course and the web developer bootcamp by Coldstream. So, and also you can like Google and search you should what what I recommend is you should also read the docs, official documents. Go to the website of whichever technology you are going to learn. Like if you want to learn Bootstrap, go to Bootstrap, get bootstrap.com. Read the docs. They have examples. They have what you need to, how you need to implement, and by reading all that, you will get a very good knowledge, in-depth knowledge of how to use this. Same as with React and all the other technologies. So next we come to a different topic: Git and GitHub and deployment. So what is Git and GitHub? सो अभी तक हमने सारी टेक्नोलॉजीज की बात कर ली जो हमको सीखनी है. डोंट थिंक कि इतनी सारी टेक्नोलॉजीज थी, कैसे होगा. फ्रंट एंड टेक्नोलॉजीज HTML CSS JavaScript will not take much time. Then you can move on to that, and once you start taking interest in it and doing like web development practice 1 hour a day or half an hour, it will be fine. Okay, so next is Git and GitHub. Git is basically a distributed version control system. Distributed version control system क्या होता है? uh, like if you want to, you have written some code, and then you have then you provide some more functionality to it. But after providing that functionality, after doing the changes in your code, your your code collapses. Like it does not perform good. So there is no way to go back to that previous code very easily. आप एक झटके में नहीं जा सकते. You have to undo all the changes. So that is what we use Git for. We create different versions of our product. This version is working fine. We commit that changes, and then we make changes. अगर नहीं उस आगे वाले changes में हमारा काम बनता, so we roll back to the previous version. So version control is done by Git. You can explore more about it on their official website and the various tutorials available on YouTube and all. And GitHub is basically an online website uh, where we use Git and we collaborate with people on projects, and we सेव आर प्रोजेक्ट्स. लाइक अगर आपने कोई प्रोजेक्ट किया है, यू हैव मेंटेन्ड अ प्रोजेक्ट एंड यू वांट कि कोई रिक्रूटर मेरा कोड देखे, लाइक मैंने कैसे लिखा है. सो हाउ विल यू डू दैट? यू पुश योर कोड टू गिटहब and provide the link, so that person who wants to see your project can refer to that. So and also you can collaborate on a team project. When you are doing projects with some other people, you can use GitHub for that. So these are Git and GitHub are must know for a web developer, for a modern web developer, because आप सिर्फ अपने लैपटॉप पे तो नहीं अपना प्रोजेक्ट रखोगे ना. आपको अपना शोकेस करना है टैलेंट. सो यू नीड टू नो गिट एंड गिटहब, and for this you can refer to many courses and everything available on the internet. Just go and search. Next is deployment. Deployment मतलब you have your project ready, you have your website ready, but it's on your laptop. So दूसरे लोग कैसे एक्सेस करेंगे? आपने वेबसाइट बनाई इसलिए that people access it, people see it for some purpose. So अब deployment means you to an external server you will deploy your website. uh, Deployment in software and web development means to push changes or updates from one deployment environment to another. While setting up on a website, you will always have your live website. Live website is what you can go through what you can see through a browser. You can search in the search engine, and a valid URL you can go to that website. That is a live website, which is called the live environment or production environment. So uh, after learning all these, when you want to deploy your website, you also need to learn how to deploy your website on like Heroku or Netlify, AWS and all. These are the two supplementary things which you need to learn. सो अभी काफी बातें हो गई इसके बारे में, एक रिव्यू ले लेते हैं. कंप्लीट रोड मैप फॉर अ फुल स्टैक वेब डेवलपर. Phase 1, learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript basic. Then phase 2, learn front end frameworks. They You can choose by yourself. What I would recommend are Bootstrap, jQuery, React, or any other which suits you. These you can learn these or any other. You have uh, till phase 2 you have learned your front end. Then comes your practice by doing. Make real world projects. Do some projects. Any idea which you want to make, anything, make कुछ भी बनाना, उसको उससे practice भी होगी. And one thing which happens that you don't forget what you learned. If you don't do projects and just do कि lectures देखते जा रहे हैं one by one, and you don't apply what you are doing, then you are sure to forget. And when you move to backend, then you will think that how should I implement this in front end, so that will not be a good thing to do. Fourth phase is learn backend technologies and also learn about networking protocols like HTTP. So, full stack web developer must know about some networking protocols, some architecture, how the internet works, and all this basic understanding, a full stack web developer must have. So that also you need to understand. एंड ये भी काफ़ी इजी होता है, नथिंग टू वरी अबाउट. इसको भी अच्छे कहीं से एक दो दिन में अच्छे से सीख सकते हो. बैकएंड टेक्नोलॉजीज के बारे में मैंने बता दिया. Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. There are other technologies also, Python, like Python framework, Django, or any other. You can choose as per your requirement, or you can learn anything you like. Then fifth phase, learn deployment and about Git and GitHub. Uh, After all these phases of your uh, journey for a full stack web developer, you will be a like इसके backend के बाद भी you have to do projects. After you learn deployment and Git and GitHub, make a full website with some backend functionality and database and all, उस पे और उसको deploy करना. That will be a very nice project. And after all this, you become a very good full stack web developer. And keep practicing what you learn. So next question must in your mind maybe, I learned all technologies, what next? Like मैंने सब कुछ अब सीख लिया है, अब मैं क्या करूं, अब इसको यूज कहाँ करूं, इससे मैं पैसे कैसे कमाऊं. So you can first the projects, you can build your own projects. uh, like you have a startup idea, and nowadays every startup must have a website. Must website के बिना तो काम चलेगा ही नहीं. So if you have a startup idea, you can build upon that. You don't need or hire any developer, and you can just start your startup and start something which interests you. Then is hackathons. So what are hackathons? Basically they are uh, 36-hour or 48-hour challenge in which they give you a problem statement, and you have to implement or develop something which solves that problem. So you can participate in various hackathons that are organized, and that will give you a very उससे आप लोगों को you will get confidence also. And you will, when you meet with like minded people, you will also get more knowledge about all different technologies. You will get knowledge about that also. Like what technologies I told you were the basic. There are many more technologies. There is a version of JavaScript which is TypeScript and all. So when you go out in the real world and meet with people, that is what you get, new opportunities. So, and also hackathons have prizes, so it will be great. Next is internships. You can grab internships by using various platforms like LinkedIn, Internshala and all, and you can get paid internships for by which you can earn money. So next thought maybe in your mind, is there demand for web developers in the market? Is all this worth it? Like आप इतना टाइम किसी चीज पे लगा रहे हो, वेब डेवलपमेंट पे, you are learning this, so is this all worth it? So what I tell you, आजकल के समय में every startup, every institution, everything needs a website. आप अपने बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन कैसे डिस्प्ले करोगे? यू नीड अ वेबसाइट फॉर दैट. ऐप भी चाहिए होता है, बट पीपल प्रेफर वेबसाइट मोर. सो वेबसाइट के लिए फुल स्टैक वेब डेवलपर्स हमेशा चाहिए डिमांड में. एंड फुल स्टैक वेब डेवलपर्स के साथ ही अगर आपको एक ही टेक्नोलॉजी सीखनी है, लाइक यू वांट टू बी फ्रंट एंड वेब डेवलपर ओनली और back end only, so you can do that also. Whatever interests you, whatever suits you, uh, do that. And but don't think कि कहीं ये बाद में काम नहीं आया. तो it's nothing like that. Websites are there are thousands and millions of websites on the internet, and all when like you use programming websites or anything, they need developers for that, every website. So हमेशा वेब डेवलपर्स की डिमांड तो रहेगी ही रहेगी. So this was the complete roadmap. If anybody wants to ask something. Okay, then thank you everyone.